Matt Rosen for PhoenixCoyotes.com. Earlier today, the Phoenix Coyotes held a press conference at the Alltel Ice Den to announce a signing of their captain, Shane Doan, to a multi-year contract extension. It was a move that brings stability to the club and also solidifies them on the leadership side for years to come. The Coyotes and their captain, Shane Doan, both very pleased with the signing.
I'm pleased and proud to announce today that the Phoenix Coyotes and Shane Doan have agreed to a new 5-year contract that we trust and hope will see him finish his career with the same organization that drafted him.
Shane, how happy are you that you're able to come to terms with the Phoenix Coyotes?
Incredible. I mean, for me to be able to be here for this long is something special, and you don't get that opportunity too often. And, on top of that, the organization with Wayne Gretzky being involved, it's a huge thing as a player. So I was very, very excited.
What does it mean to you to possibly stay with this team for your entire career?
Well, if that was to happen, I would be, very happy and excited about it. I've always said that I want to be here, and my family's always wanted to be here, and it's exciting.
A no-trade clause in the deal, was that a huge part of it for you?
Yeah, for me, no trade, no move. I really, moving my 4 kids is something that is very important to me, and I don't want to have to worry about that. And with this, it takes care of it.
If this deal hadn't gotten done as quickly as it did, were you worried that you would be traded? Did you think that you might go somewhere else?
Well, I knew that there's always a possibility because, as an unrestricted free agent, it's tough to just give up an asset like that as a general manager or as a team and an organization. And, so there was always an opportunity. I mean, as a player, you realize that and recognize it, but, you hope for the best that it would be taken care of.
Shane, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, best of luck.
Thanks.
The importance of Shane Doan to the club.
Obviously we have to have Shane here. He's a wonderful, wonderful young man. He's a player with tremendous ability. He's been a pillar in the community, and he's obviously the leader both on the ice and off the ice in this organization. So I'm happy for Shane. I know he didn't want to leave here, and we're thrilled that he's still part of this organization for the next 5 years. And I know he'll do a wonderful job not only on our team but in the community.
Jeff Shumway, how important was it for this franchise to get this deal done?
This is a great signing for the organization. Shane is a great captain. The fact that he was willing to stick with the organization, he probably took less money from us than he could have had on the open market, shows his sacrifice on behalf of the entire organization. We're thrilled to have him. We're going to build around him. He is a great guy to build around. He's a great person to bring talent in around and be able to build this organization. And we're all committed to putting a winning team on the ice. And it's not as easy as just waving a wand and saying, here we go. We have to do it piece by piece, and this is a very important piece for us.
Was the contract talks, were they lengthy? Did it take a long time, or was it pretty quick?
JP and Mike Barnett, JP is Shane's agent. Mike Barnett, on behalf of the team, have really been talking on and off since September. It was pretty short for me. I flew into Tampa on Monday night, had dinner with JP and Shane. Their real concern was the organization committed to continuing to build players that would end up with a winning team? And we talked about that a lot. Once we got past that, things were done. We reached agreement on the major points pretty quickly.
Now, you mentioned during your talk at the podium that this team is definitely not sellers. Talk a little bit more about that and the steps that this organization is going to take to improve over the next few weeks, few months, few years.
Sure. You get to this time of year, and people think you're out of the playoffs, automatically you're selling off to save salary. And this shows that we're not, I hope. And hopefully we're going to have a couple more announcements in the next few days. But really, our job right now is to evaluate the talent we have and to decide whether that talent is more valuable in moving it and what we get back, or whether it's talent that we keep here and we build around. You look at the Nagy trade. We were able to get a first-round draft pick for a very good player. But it was our evaluation that having the first-round draft pick, adding some more youth, adding some more talent, looking at the young kids we have coming up next year, that the trade made more sense, particularly with him unrestricted and having not made very much progress in getting him re-signed. So we're trying to make those evaluations. Fortunately, we have Wayne Gretzky and Mike Barnett, who seem to have a great sense for hockey, and we're going to continue to try to build a good team.
Thank you, Jeff.
Absolutely.
We now bring in Coyotes television color analyst Darren Pang. And first off, Panger, talk about this move by the Phoenix Coyotes to sign Shane Doan, inked him to a 5-year deal. What does this mean for this franchise and their future?
No, it's instant stability is what it is, and it's not what people around the league think the worth or the value is, or whether a player signs for too long. It's about your team, and you've got to be concerned with your team and what you do as an organization. And quite frankly, it couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, it sends a great message to the players that are in the locker room, that their captain, their guy for the last 2 months, who arguably in 95% of the games has been the most prominent player on the ice, and there have been very few exceptions. So it's a good message. I talked to some players about it, and they were just gleaming. So it's all the way around. When you have that stability, you have your rock, he's your captain. But even more than that, it's not one of these gestures that, boy, he's our captain, he's been around a long time, let's give him a 5-year deal. It's about the way he's playing. I mean, he's playing in the last 2 months like a top power forward in the league. You can't get the puck off the guy. So that being said and done, this will give him a great deal of confidence. This will really settle the family down. And I think in the next 5 years, we're going to see the best of Shane Doan.
And Panger, could there be a better person than Shane Doan?
I can't imagine there is. Reliable, an honorable guy, a guy full of character, a guy that wants to win. And I've been, around the league a long time to see 14 Stanley Cups on the ice. I've seen years go by where people say, "Oh, he can't win. He can't win. He can't win." From an Eiserman to a Sakic to a Ray Bourque. That part of it is the furthest thing from the truth. This guy is a guy that goes to the rink every day and wants to be the best player. He wants to represent Canada. He wants to win a Stanley Cup. And now it's about surrounding him with the same type of people so that you put him in a winning environment and you win together. And hopefully someday Shane Doan gets to lift that Stanley Cup at center ice.
Hopefully that is the case. Shane Doan signed to a 5-year deal with the Phoenix Coyotes this morning. That's it for now. I'm Matt Rosen. That's Darren Pang for PhoenixCoyotes.com.